Thank you so much for taking out your time and agreeing to do this. Just for the interest of the broader audience, if you could tell me a little bit about you, the background that you come from, and a little bit more about what you've done in the past and what you aspire to do.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. So I'm Avi Gupta, and I'm currently leading the digital marketing and user engagement vertical for Refyne India currently. I am an engineer turned marketer, and I've been doing digital marketing and user engagement for the last 6-7 years now, and I have learned everything while working on the field. So this is where I come from. I'm basically reside from Indore and making my place everywhere around India as of now.
Nice. So, would it be safe to assume that you had zero concept of customer engagement and retention, and you were sort of para-dropped into this role?
Yes, pretty much. As I said, I'm an engineer turned marketer. I learned everything on the field, doing the job day by day. Luckily, I had some idea as to what kind of a field or work that I would want to do. I always wanted to be in a user centric work area, which is something that I figured out early on in my career, and just doing that every day has helped me learn everything that's around it.
Any regrets that you come with?
Regrets? No, there are no regrets at all.
No regrets
Yeah,
at
life
all.
is an adventure.
Super. And I'm sure, with high growth folks like us, with a lot of passion towards what we do, there is also some degree of frustration attached to it. And that's majorly because of external factors or internal factors. If you could change something today for your future self, what would you change?
I would say I should be
Diligent?
more diligent and more responsible towards the actions that I should be doing every day to build myself up.
Mhm.
So that's something that if I start doing something, that is something that I would want to change for my future self. Basically, is to build myself up faster and more stronger and efficient that I've been doing it in the past.
And would that be on the personal side of things or the professional side of things?
It's both personal and professional. It's hand in hand. Uh, Basically, you need to be diligent about your work, but that doesn't come until and unless you're diligent about your life as well.
Mhm.
So that's a characteristic attribute that if you have it, you'll be able to portray it in every possible aspect. So that's something that I have been trying to work on myself. If I'm able to, so this is not just for work or not just for personal, but it's overall how I am going to ever be. So it's that way.
So you're sort of revamping yourself as an individual
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Super. So that brings me to the next section of this talk, which is Never Have I Ever. I'd like to give you this tag. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You may choose to elaborate on them or just let it slide. I'll leave that to you. So the first one, never have I ever created a failed campaign and then blamed it on others.
Never have I ever created.
Never.
I would have created a failed campaign, but never blamed it on others. That's one of the
Okay,
basics.
that's brilliant. Never have I ever sent out a campaign with a failed personalization tag. You know those F names and bracket and values did not pick up.
Don't even get me started on the failed scenarios which have been there in personalization. So yes, it has always been there. It's a part of our the current tech stack and the way things are built. It's prone to mistakes, and we should be able to learn to accept our mistakes. That's the way of growing and learning this particular field right now.
Has it ever massively backfired for you?
If you're true to yourself and true to the work you do and you're able to accept it and justify it in the right way, it has never backfired. So it has never backfired for me, and there's a reason for that, which is being true.
Fair enough. Never have I ever tweaked my reports to save my ass.
Never. I am too particular about data.
Never. All right. Super. Never have I ever sprayed a campaign to achieve my month-end numbers.
You might have to do it time to time. So that's okay. Well, until it's calibrated, it's calculated, it's in the right direction, you can take chances. It's never a harm to let the broader audience know as to what you do.
Super. And the last one. Never have I ever picked a bone with my manager because he asked me to run a campaign that was pretty much stupid in nature.
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Yeah, that's where I create myself from. Being very critical about the right things that we are supposed to do. Do a lot of good things about in the right direction, but try not to do anything in the wrong direction.
And how do you decide that direction? Is it data backed? Is it purely on the basis of hunch, or things that you've done in the past and that learning is sort of?
And it's a combination of all three. It's experience.
It's experience.
It's data backed. It's hunches, intuition, and it's the experience. That's how you are supposed to learn this field right now. It's all here rather than anywhere else.
Super. And that brings me to the last question of this talk. It's been a year, almost a year, since you got the 30 Under 30 award. How have things changed for you?
And as I said, being more diligent and responsible, that's something that I'm aiming for. But that's something that's created in this particular phase of growing up. Basically, we all are growing up, and that's where. So this is how 30 Under 30 has changed me. As that it's actually wanted me to make more of myself than I wanted to.
It's more like a trigger point.
It's a trigger point to be in the direction that you are moving forward and do it with way more confidence and way more zeal.
Super. Well, that brings me to the end of this conversation, Avi. It was an absolute pleasure having you. I look forward to connecting with you soon, probably a little deeper, a little nuanced talk.
Definitely. It will be a pleasure.
Same here, same here. Great. Thank you so much for your time.